Hi there, welcome back to Diamond Ridge Studios. In today's video, I'm going to be using Pearl Ex powdered pigments for the first time. So I have never ever used powdered pigments before, not even just Pearl Ex. I've used pastels, which I have ground up into a fine powder, and that's what I usually use, but I figured that these, since they have an extra bit of like pearly shininess to them, I figure I might as well try them out. And today we are going to be using it on this horse. This is the Schleichfell Pony Mare from, I think, 2014. I could be wrong, so I apologize if I am wrong. And this blue, in case you're wondering, that is on her is some drawing gum to protect the white underneath so that I don't have to do a ton of layers of white on her. That is also my first time using this, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. So the pony here is going to be painted to a Dunlino Pinto in the winter. So I have pictures. I have pictures right here. This is what I'm going for, just kind of almost like a very muddy gray color. And the book is the Horse Colors Explored. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be wearing a mask, so I apologize if my voice seems a little muffled, but safety first. So I guess we're gonna start. I just want to kind of create a light gray base for her top line and her ears. So I'm gonna take some, I have two colors here that I got at Guiry's a week or so ago. This is Antique Silver, and I have Macro Pearl, which is kind of like a white color. Very shiny. You can kind of see the shimmer in them. I love the fact that they're already ground up so that I don't have to do that. Silly things, but it makes it a lot easier. And then open up this one. Oopsies. It's already open. You can see it all floating all over the place. This is a almost silver white color. You can kind of see it, and it's very shiny. Holy cow. So now I'm going to be putting a little bit on this piece of cardboard here. And the brush I'm using to get this on is a Dynasty size 9 flat brush. Looks like this. And so I'm going to take a little bit of the Macro Pearl. And I guess I'll just kind of take it on my brush like that. Very shiny, holy cow, okay. And now I'm going to be taking a small amount of the Antique Silver. Also very shiny, and put that over here. Okay. Okay, so now let's mix these two together and see what we have. Oh wow. This is like a super shiny color. Wow. Starting to wonder if maybe I should have put a base or something over this before I started, because this is going to be super shiny. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a silvery color. So now we're going to apply some on the model. Bring her right over here. And I'm just going to be concentrating this on her top line to see how it goes. Wow. Very magical. Another super shiny pony. So far it seems to be applying really easy. This is going to be very fun to use on fantasy customs. I've darkened her back up. It's still very shiny. You can kind of see it here and there. But I'm going to take some just straight Antique Silver and darken up her ears and the base and like kind of along her spine and where her neck meets her mane. right here. Let's darken up that line. And then the line along her back. So far I really like them. They're very shiny. And that's pretty cool. They're much more pigmented than pastels. At least the pastels that I've been using. And I actually really like the way they turn out. I mean, it's a bit shiny, but I think that's to be expected. And so now I'm going to go in using another brush. It's never good to mix dark and light color. So with the same brush, I'm going to take just some of the straight, sparkly white color and just kind of color the rest of her body to give it that very shiny look. We're just gonna, I guess you could be a fantasy pony, but I'm just gonna go, oh gosh. I think I might have put a bit too much there. We'll see. Just gonna be sparkly unicorn pony without being a unicorn. Maybe like it will get toned down a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on camera. She's like a little sparkle. You really can't see it. Oh, there you go. Now you can kind of see the... I think they're a bit sparkly, but that will be really nice when I'm using it for fantasy customs to give them that extra bit of fantasy-ness. If that's even a word. More of an exotic kind of style. And so far, like, it looks really nice. They blend really well. I'm gonna go spray her, and then I will come back and let you know what I think. So I just sprayed her, and the result is pretty much the same as before I sprayed hers. As you can see, it blended out really well along her neck, and I'm very pleased with that. And the back, the shading held true. And see with the dorsal stripe thing that I put on, it is still just as defined as when I had originally put it on, which is good because usually with pastels, they oftentimes just disappear or are much fainter. Based on what I've seen so far, the pigments are going to be the same after you spray them as when you first put them on, which is a big relief for me because pastels are not always like that. I really like them, and I'm most certainly going to be getting more in the future. I'm excited to try out the fantasy colors, and I will most certainly keep you all updated on my thoughts. The place that I'm going to be updating you guys most on would be my Instagram, which is at Diamond Ridge Studios. And if you would like to follow that to keep updated, that would be great. I would really appreciate it.